Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Life Transformation Radio. This show is all about life transformations and our journeys from where we were to why we are doing what we are doing today. We will discuss the hiccups, the roller coasters, and the blood, sweat, and tears that has been poured out while discovering our purpose. It is all about our transformation. Here is your host, Sean Douglas.
Welcome, Life Transformation Radio listeners, to another episode. Today we have Stephen and Christopher Duffley. Steve, are you there? Hello? Well, sometimes we have technical difficulties, but we will get him on the line shortly. So we're going to talk today with Stephen and Christopher Duffley. Stephen, are you there? Hello? He is not here. We're having technical difficulties. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Today's show is with Stephen and Christopher Duffley, and we're quickly going to talk about what Christopher Duffley does as we figure out these technical difficulties. Christopher Duffley is a 15-year-old musician and gifted speaker who is blind and living with autism. Christopher is an amazing, amazing person, Christian speaker, and singer. Born prematurely, Christopher weighed only 1 pound and 12 ounces at birth and rendered blind due to retinopathy of prematurity. Christopher's first public performance took place when he was in first grade at Northwest Elementary School in Manchester, New Hampshire. On that occasion, Christopher sang the Star-Spangled Banner at a Memorial Day assembly. Local media outlets created a buzz when his story was shared publicly. This has led to singing for local events and his largest venue, Fenway Park in Boston. He became a YouTube sensation when a video of him singing Open the Eyes of My Heart became viral in 2012. To this day, it continues to be shared, impacting tens of millions of people while being translated into many languages all over the world. Christopher travels coast to coast, entertaining, evangelizing, and inspiring audiences on multiple platforms. Christopher, with his sister Grace, recently performed as part of Pope Francis's U.S. visit. 40 jumbotrons, along with a live CNN feed, entertained the pilgrims in downtown Philadelphia during the World Meeting of Families. Christopher released his first CD, Eyes of My Heart, in 2013, and The Believer Project was released August 2015, also featuring his sister Grace Duffley. Him and his dad continues to host a podcast called Mission Possible, where they interview guests about their personal missions in life, and you can look at his all of the stuff that Christopher is doing at www.christopherduffley.com. You can look up duffley.com and www.kglm.com. His dad, Stephen, is the president of Duffley Development Corp. Over the last 35 years, he has managed the construction of many buildings and has excelled in property and facility management. Steve also specializes in the masonry restoration of churches, schools, and parking garages. His passion is helping others, especially through the 8 Days of Hope, where he has been an ambassador for the organization for more than a decade. This ministry helps to rebuild homes and restore hope in areas of the country affected by natural disasters. They all live in Manchester, New Hampshire, and has amazing 5 children. Steve has also served on many nonprofit boards, and last year was with his son, Christopher Duffley. Are you guys there?
Yes, we are. We're actually doing it by phone because I don't know what's up with the computer.
I don't know, technical difficulties, but, it's all good, man. I'm glad you guys are here.
Hey, thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, thank you, Sean, for having us on your
You guys are
radio.
Absolute rock stars. Yeah, you guys are absolute rock stars, man. You guys are killing it. I love it. So I love what you guys are doing between the 8 Days of Hope and how, God is just using Christopher and his gifts to inspire audiences everywhere. And I put a link to the ABC News so people can watch Christopher's story and how beautiful that is. And Yeah, you guys are, like I said, you guys are absolutely, absolutely amazing. So the first question that we always ask on the show, and I believe it is the most important question that could ever be asked, is why? Why do what you do? Why take what you love and passionate about and do it on a global scale like you guys are doing?
Well, we're called to evangelize. It's basically the gospel, So we're out there spreading the good news of Jesus Christ and the love he has for us and the love we have for each other, and especially the special needs community. We do a lot in the special needs community throughout the country. And so that's where our heart is. And Christopher shares his gifts. He has perfect pitch, and people love to hear him sing. So we're all over the place. And Christopher now has started a speaking career also, and so he's doing presentations to schools and churches and sharing his superpowers. Christopher, right?
Yes, it is, and it is. I see people with my heart truly are, instead of what they look like on the outside.
That's amazing. That's an amazing superpower to have, man. To see the internal amazingness of people.
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
And also, what do you challenge people to do?
Well, we challenge people to open the eyes of their hearts.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Then he gets to sing the song too. Open the eyes of my heart. At the same time.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm so amazed. Like, I was scrolling through videos. I was like, well, I gotta show a video on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, I'm as I'm promoting the episode and everything, I'm like, I gotta show a video. And I'm looking, and every video that you have singing and speaking and all this stuff is like 65,000 views, 2 million views, 9 million views, 10 million views. Like, I mean, you literally, like, because on YouTube I go Christopher Duffley, and it was Christopher Duffley was number 1, and then Christopher Walken was number 2, and then somebody else, Christopher, I think it was like Christopher Reeves. You're at the top of YouTube, man. That was amazing.
I know. So cool we are.
It's funny, you put in a search results and you get like 1,000 different videos for Christopher. A lot of them are taken by other people and compiled by other people, and then they change them into different languages all around the world. So they put subtitles on Christopher's videos for him, and it's just so it grows organically.
We awesome.
To do it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I was looking at something. I was like, dude, 10 million views. I think my video has like 20. Like that's awesome. Jeez. So, looking back, can you pinpoint, and for the listeners that have not seen the ABC's Young and Gifted, Steve, can you pinpoint exactly what was Christopher's transformation into what he's doing now?
Sure. I mean, Christopher was born, blind, and he's living with autism. So, when we first got him, he was in Florida in foster care, and he was a nephew of ours. So he came to our household and went from no stimulus to 4 older siblings, 2 boys and 2 girls, and he had lots of nourishing engagement with the kids and the trampoline and everything. And he always loved to clap and keep a beat, and so he loved music. And then we were on a mission trip for 8 Days of Hope 1, the first one. He was 4.5 years old. We were in Mississippi, and we were doing work for Hurricane Katrina, and someone was singing Open the Eyes of My Heart, and I ran down to the music ministry, and they handed Christopher the microphone at 4.5 years old, and he finished the song, and there wasn't a dry eye in the place. And at that point, we knew there was something special about him. We didn't know where it was going to end up, but we knew that he could move across years at 4 years old. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So,
and then from there,
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I said from there, different people would tell him on stage at Christian festivals. So we got this thing with, Matt Maher and Paul Coleman, and he sang with Paul Baloche, who wrote "Open the Eyes of My Heart" a couple times. So he's been able to sing different professional groups, and they love him because he has perfect pitch. He doesn't miss a note. And then this last couple of weeks, he's been singing with the tenors. So we're waiting to get the videos from Vancouver. He sang in Vancouver a couple weekends ago with the tenors, and they sang a song in Italian. It's time to say goodbye, and they loved him too.
Oh, just amazing!
Yeah, it was an amazing time. So we're waiting for that video because we have another viral YouTube video potential here. So we're just kind of waiting with bated breath to get that back.
Right.
From the Vancouver, they're the ones that had it's called Canucks Autism Network, CAN. So Christopher sang for them 2 weeks ago. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, he's everywhere. I mean, really does go coast to coast.
Yeah,
right?
And then in a couple of weeks, you and I will be together at One Life Fully Lived, and Chris will be singing
We
there
will.
on Sunday. So
yeah, we will.
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
be.
and
I'll be coming in on Friday.
Yeah, and by the way, Vancouver is actually on the West Coast. Those of you who don't know where it is just about 2.5 to 3 hours away from Seattle, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In Washington.
Oh,
Christopher, yeah, out there.
Perfect.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
So tell me, who was Christopher when it all started? You know, what did he look like? What was his kind of mannerisms? And I mean, describe who Christopher was when this first started. Was he just kind of an average boy hanging out and he just picked up a microphone, or tell us who he was?
Okay, that's a good story because when we first got Christopher, you know, there were certain delays of him being blind, and premature, so we didn't know what was going on until at 4 years old he was diagnosed with autism. Then we knew, okay, that some of these delays are due to autism, so we had to figure that out. Mm-hmm. Nothing really opened up until he started doing music therapy around what grade were you in, Christopher?
I was in
first grade.
Close to first grade, yeah.
Yeah, around first grade, we took him to music therapy, and there's different types of therapy that work for autistic children, but music therapy worked for him. There's writing therapy and there's art therapy, and there's all sorts of different things that kids like. But Christopher's definitely was music because that was his.
I was a little writing, but no.
Yeah, you took some writing therapy, but music therapy. Before that, he couldn't speak in sentences. He could just kind of repeat things that were said to him. So kind of like the Rain Man. So he'd repeat whatever he'd say back, or whatever the toy he was playing with would repeat. So he had all sorts of speak and spell and different phonics toys. So he did really good with that.
Wow,
so,
that's awesome.
So that kind of opened up a whole world once that helped him to communicate. To the point to now he's speaking. So
yeah,
he went from
and you guys do an amazing podcast.
Sentences. Yeah, and podcasting, and interviewing people, and he loves the technology. So yeah, up to that point he was in his own little world, in his own box, and then we kind of opened that box and present up, and now he's a gift to everyone that he meets. So and they just love his enthusiasm, his zeal for God and joy. And they can really.
And we're starting to run in the same circles. Yeah, absolutely. And we're starting to run in the same circles, like the One Life and with Brother James and John Berghoff and all those guys. I mean, amazing.
Oh yeah. All the Miracle Morning and Hal Elrod and and Stephen Scoggins who introduced us in the beginning. So
absolutely.
Great people.
It's amazing how you get together. People come into your life for a reason, for a season, for a short time, a long time, whatever. But there's always a reason that someone comes into your life, and you just need to make the meaning of it. And so, you guys have been a blessing to my life, and hopefully one day I can return the favor.
Oh, no, you've connected us with so many wonderful people. We just have to continue to follow up.
We got to see about lining them up.
Yeah, I'm going to line them up. And Christopher's in the middle of a normal life too, between all this traveling and stuff. He's got schoolwork and regular 8th grade to finish up here, so he's trying to wrap it up in the next few weeks.
I apologize if you see it. I'm not really interested, but I'm going to get it.
No, definitely looking forward to the first weekend in June, hooking up with you guys at One Life. So before we get going, Life Transformation Radio listeners, this is a live show. We are live online. If you have a question for Christopher, if you want to ask Stephen a question, the number is 657-383-1109. The number is 657-383-1109. Life Transformation Radio is live every Wednesday 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and every first and third Friday at the same time. So, Christopher, first question to you. What is the best part about your transformation? What has stuck out to you that you will forever remember?
Well, I'd say my family and my friends, and not only my immediate, but my current family, but my adoptive.
Sure.
And obviously also people I meet, people that not everybody of course, but definitely people that we know, people that we're I don't recommend it, but people that we talk to that we've known for a while.
You make special friends everywhere you go. People just
Absolutely
love Christopher. They stay connected and they listen to his podcast and they, check out his videos, and people will binge watch Christopher's YouTube videos and stuff, and then
sure.
email. We get lots of Facebook, comments and stuff. So people connect a lot with Christopher on his Facebook page too. Got like 35,000 followers or thereabouts. So.
Perfect. Yeah. So on the opposite side of that, is there a worst part? Is there a worst part to the transformation?
Dad, I would say no to that.
I think it's his homework. That's the worst part. All the time, right? Never-ending homework.
Well, it's starting to get towards the end of the year, but.
Oh, perfect.
It's probably
See, I thought that he'd say something like, "Oh yeah, I got to sing at Fenway Park," or I got to. I'm thinking of all like the cool stuff of I've got videos that are like 10 million views. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Nope, it's the people I meet." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." Bring it home. So perfect. So I gotta ask you, how do you think, or how do you feel that God has played a role in your life?
I'm still there, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm taken out of Florida, right?
Well, yeah. Well, guess what? You guys, Mom, Christine, and Steve got prayed over. Well, not got prayed over, but prayed for me. Yeah, I was prayed over. But anyway, so you guys prayed, Dad, and you guys were probably, I don't know, laying on the floor doing something at home, or like praying to God. But you guys were praying, and decided the fact that we're still using in our speeches today. One is that we believe in life. So you decided to bring me home. We just stand for life. That's what it was.
Stand for life, yes.
We stand for life. That's the exact words. We stand for life. So you brought me home, right, Dad? And so it's pretty cool.
Okay.
August 2002. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So your parents, pretty much what I got from all that was that the parents started praying, right, and just God did His thing, and God just showed up.
That's right. Yeah, and God showed up in the two, and and then Dad had something that said, again, as Rose was just tuning in, Dad had said, we stand for life. We are people that that we don't believe in. Obviously we don't believe in death, but we stand for life. We are people that and Mom asked the kid, and it was either Mom or Dad that asked the kids. We have 4 other kids, Mom's own. We asked the kids this: do you want another child, another boy? And they were like, well, yeah. I mean, we've got somebody to play with already, but we don't mind somebody. So yeah, we filled out the long paperwork. We decided Mom decided to head down with Grace. Took me back to Manchester. It is so cool. Manchester, New Hampshire is pretty cool. So
yeah, absolutely.
Pretty hot today.
I love it. So who has been? So Stephen, we'll go to you first. Who has been your biggest influencer?
The biggest influencer? Well, I'd say my parents, my father, was probably one of my biggest influencers, and then, I have a lot of good men around me, my accountability group. So I have a whole group of men that support me and care for me and care about what we're doing and pray for me. So that's pretty much my biggest influences. Of course, starting with my family and then my small group, my accountability.
Yeah, absolutely. Christopher, who's been your biggest influencer?
It's the same thing. Well, my mom, obviously, and then my whole family, mostly.
Sure.
I mean, Stevie's been weird. I mean, he's 24. He does weird things. But, yeah. But, well, I don't know.
Okay. Okay,
but,
so with that said, who's been your biggest supporter then? Who's been your biggest supporter?
Oh, that's an even bigger question.
We ask the hard questions on this show.
I know. My parents, I guess, because, well, you both travel with me every once in a while. Dad, Mom does most of it.
You have two other very important people, Mrs. Hannell and Michael. What are their what?
Well, Mrs. Lisa Hannell was my paraprofessional at Northwest and at Parkside Middle School. They're both
how long
in public school in Manchester for 7 years.
Yes,
and
it's the same paraprofessional supporting you for 7 years, and she learned Braille.
Yeah.
To help you, yeah, and then and then what is
and then Michael Shaughnessy, my vocal instructor. Hey, if this ever comes out on recording, I'm going to send this to him.
It's live right now, so as soon as I end the episode, it's live. It's ready to go. This is a live show.
All right.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just, okay.
And it'll be on iTunes tomorrow. Yeah, it goes to iTunes. As soon as I hang up the episode, it goes to iTunes like tomorrow or the next day.
Oh, nice. That's cool. So, yeah. So, anyway, we'll see about that too. He's going to love it. But Michael Shaughnessy is my vocal and music mentor and coach. He helped me along the way for the past few years. Oh, yeah. This is just great.
Well, he's been stretching you musically, so helping you to...
Yeah.
And guess what? He's actually helped me learn Conte Partiro, that Italian song, which is Time to Say Goodbye. And, so it's pretty cool. It's amazing.
Love it.
Yeah, he sang that with the tenors in the Canucks Autism Network in Vancouver for the Vancouver Canucks a couple weekends ago. So Christopher sings in Italian now, and he also sings in Spanish, Open the Eyes of My Heart, and in Portuguese and French, and a little bit of Korean. So
yeah, actually, yeah, I know. And for those of you that know the song, Holy, Holy, Holy is what I do in Korean. Koru Koru is Korean for Holy, Holy, and then Parky Wanhande is I Want to See You. So it is.
Cool. So sing a little bit of Korean because he's very popular in Korea. They play his videos over on TV, in Korean TV. And he's also very popular in Brazil. That's why he had to learn Portuguese, Open the Eyes of My Heart. So I've got a big following. Some of his viral videos are are translated into Brazilian Portuguese. So yeah, it's funny how things move.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm blown away. That's incredible. That's amazing. Wow.
So Christopher's really good at repeating.
Christopher's really good at what?
Yeah. Christopher's really good at repeating things. So if he hears it well, he can repeat it well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't mean he knows what it means, but he can repeat it.
Right. So do you guys feel like, I mean, I think I know the answer to this based on what you just told me, but, I mean, do you guys feel like the transformation's complete, like just everything that you guys have accomplished and how Christopher moves people, and is this it? Is this what he will be doing, or is there like a whole nother transformation that just hasn't even happened yet? I mean, at 15, he's accomplished a ton of amazing things, but is there another place that you're going to go?
I think it's going to be speaking. I think his speaking is
okay.
Just beginning. Just beginning.
And actually, by the way,
I would agree. Yeah,
we just got a new business called Mission Possible Enterprises LLC. Believe it or not, not LLC, LLC. Obviously, limited liability.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. But so we got our new business now. We've already got money from it anyway, but it's too much, I think, right now to talk about. We
That's
can do
amazing.
another episode if we talk about it. But.
Yeah, so
dude,
we
absolutely.
set that up. We set that up for Chris. We set that up so Christopher, when he's 18 years old, we can sign that right over to him, so it'll be his business. So we put the podcast into that, and also any of the speaking he does for secular type things, so he can
Sure.
he can see that this is his business, his future. So I think that's
Perfect.
the next transformation will be into a keynote speaker. So, and working on that content. And you know
the
all
next
about
logical
that.
step, yeah. I do. Yeah, man, I can definitely help you guys out with any of that stuff. So, absolutely. So what else you guys got going on? Any new adventures, family stuff? You guys heading on trips? Where are you going to be doing next?
Well, after One Life Fully Live, when we meet up.
Well, before the day before One Life Fully Live, Friday, you're going to be.
Well, actually, Dad, there's we're flying in on Friday, and then Saturday I think is the real event. I'm going to be in Orlando. We're going to be in the Disney World part of the country. We're going to be in Orlando, in the Orlando area of Florida, and I'll be meeting with you, Sean, and obviously Dad at One Life Fully Live in Philly. It's going to be. I bet it's going to be a pretty cool night for me. And then we are both going to fly off. I'm
driving with my tools. You're flying to Houston.
To Houston, and then driving over to Louisiana because in Houston at the end of this to end it, we're going to be after our days at 8 Days of Hope. We're going to be in. I'm going to be. I think it's speaking for an adoption conference. I don't know. I can.
Speaking and singing in Houston, and then he'll fly back home. So got a busy week. It's going to go Florida, Philadelphia, Houston, Lafayette, Louisiana, back to Houston, and back to New Hampshire in 1 week. So.
or
Sounds like an amazing life.
It's busy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And at 15, he has impacted millions of people. And I think that is so fascinating. Because I know what I was doing at 15, and it wasn't that.
Oh, yeah. And actually, I'm actually going to be, believe it or not, the driving age in 2 days. I'm going to be 16.
Yeah,
so it is just going to be, at the time this is live, I'm going to be 16 in 2 days. I might be 16 when this thing's out. So, but, May 19th is there, I'm going to be 16. Holy cow.
Wow.
So,
that's insane. So if you guys had to go back, right, you reflect on the past, let's say like 10 years. You said when he was 4, so let's go 10 years. In the past 10 years, would you go back and change anything that you've done, or would you do anything different?
I don't think so. We've been just kind of following the Holy Spirit's lead. We haven't really been out there marketing or pushing or optimizing, what Christopher is doing. I think now that he's starting to speak, I think we want to promote that more, because that's could be a huge future for him, getting his message out there to have people open the eyes of their hearts and to see people with their hearts. So I think that's a great message, and I think it crosses all boundaries. You can say that in schools without preaching God and stuff like that. So Christopher has done public school assemblies and stuff. So I think those are all good things that Christopher can grow into. But in the past 10 years, we've traveled more than most families will do in a lifetime.
Yeah, I bet.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. So, what do you
Would
think?
You change anything, Christopher?
Sorry to interrupt there because I was going to chime in too on
no,
this.
Good.
Yeah, that's right. So, that is a hard question to answer, either yes or no. I probably would say half. I would be more leaning towards the no side, to be honest. Yeah. Although I could be half and half, but I really don't know what I would change. So
sure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and if you go and change something, I mean, maybe decisions that you make, like, ooh, that was a really bad decision. Maybe I didn't want to. Now looking back, maybe I kind of regret that decision. It's kind of like I hurt somebody or whatever. But for the most part, I think when your life turns out the way that it is, as long as it's a good life, it's kind of hard to go back and change anything because, like, everything happens for a reason, and I am the way I am because of the choices and the decisions and the way that, God has shaped everybody and, worked in their lives. So, yeah, I talk about that, when I talk about at conferences, changing, your thinking and changing, would you go back and change a decision? And sometimes like, oh yeah, I would definitely do that. Like, and how would you be different? Because you do. If you change a decision that you've made, it might alter the course of your life. You know what I mean? So definitely something to think about. And I get people to think about that all the time, So what do you think the best resource that you found during your journey was?
I think the best resource that we found is just really listening to people's stories. There's so many stories and people that have it a lot worse than we do, and just to be compassionate and to listen to their stories about the things that they've had to go through with their autistic children, and just to show them the love of Jesus and people coming to realize that they have to see people with their heart and not see people with their eyes, what they look like on the surface. So I really think that has been key to us over the last few years is really just listen to people and to share with them and share their stories and let them share, because people have a lot, there's a lot of grief in the world. And and you want to reach out to those people and you want to show them compassion, and we do that with 8 Days of Hope, helping people that can't give us anything in return and fix up their houses when they have no insurance, and we do that with special needs conferences where we share music and Christopher's story and meet and greet time where we get to listen to people and talk to them, and so it's just showing the love of Jesus in everything we do.
I love it. I love that answer. So, who has impacted you guys the most?
Any person, Christopher?
Is there someone that just really stands out that has impacted you?
Impacted me to do something.
Any musician or anything like that, or any person?
I don't know who would. I don't know.
No, Christopher doesn't really know. I mean, our family.
I don't have too many people. I don't think. Either, so. Or I just don't. I don't know. It's just. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know.
Christopher doesn't know.
TMI there.
Well, when you were as a speaker. Yeah, because as a speaker, you're at conferences, people are telling you about, because you say something to them, right? And it sticks. It just, something clicks. They get it, And I know I was at a couple conferences, even the One Life conference, I was speaking at a couple conferences, and people always want to come up to you afterwards and shake your hand, like, thank you so much, that was amazing. And, there's always somebody that says, man, I needed to hear that. Like, it was so amazing, and you touched my life, and, and then all of a sudden they start sharing a story, and you're just like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, you remember those moments, that you've met these amazing people, or, like, I'm always going to remember you guys for the things that you've done and just talking and becoming, friends and the relationship that we've cultivated over the past couple months. I'm always going to remember, how impactful you guys are and the impact that you've had on me. So that's why I asked the question when you were talking about, after the conference, he tells his story, and so you're impacting millions of people. I wonder if there's anyone impacting you guys every time. Is it somebody that you met at 8 Days of Hope? Is it somebody that you met at a conference in Canada, in Houston, and all these other places? Is there someone like, I met this one person, and they forever changed me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's different music artists that have really reached out to Christopher over just the last few weeks of meeting the tenors and being able to hang out and have dinner with them, and Christopher would be able to rehearse with them.
And the tenors in Vancouver, by the way, were a surprise.
Yeah. So they had a lot of fun together, and then the tenors then actually came out to New Hampshire a few days later, and Christopher got to sing with them the second time. And then people like Paul Baloche, who just love him because what he's done with Open the Eyes of My Heart, Christopher's, given it a second life, And then, Matt Maher, who's another big Christian artist, he loves Christopher, loves to pull him up on stage and have him sing with him. So it's nice. Those people are always so gracious around Christopher. And it's just a wonderful thing to have such, good role models.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So here's your time to give a shameless plug. You can plug whatever you want. Friends, a quote, your website, Facebook, your podcast, movies. Give a shout out, whatever. This is your time to shine. Shameless plug. Go.
Come on, Christopher. At the end of your podcast, what do you say?
Well, folks, so we have a Facebook group that I don't know if you're able to edit links or not in there. I'm thinking you can, but I will send you the link to the Mission. I will have the link to the Mission Impossible Facebook community in, I guess, the show notes, you could say. Although this is live, I don't know. So, but yeah, so the Facebook community, and then actually there's a link on the website, ChristopherDuffley.com, as it says in the description to actually be on the Facebook community. It is just great. And you can also subscribe to emails. We were just able to solve issues with that, so we'll get that out to you in your inbox. And, you can, watch YouTube. Actually, like our Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter. I actually do most of the Twitter work, by the way. I'm typing with my own fingers. But, it's going to be fun. So,
and you have 2 CDs out?
Yes, I have 2 CDs out. They're both on the homepage. You can go over there. It is just great. And there's a DVD set, by the way, not just a CD, that you can order as well. Obviously it's one. Well, it's a CD DVD set. That's what I meant to say. But with the CD, so it's gonna be fun. So it's just amazing. So and
awesome.
and it's a pleasure to be on too. So
Perfect. I love it. So as we wrap up, I want you both to deliver your best nugget of knowledge that will motivate, transcend, and inspire someone.
Okay.
You know what yours is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
you challenge people to
I'm going to say the superpower I just said earlier, and actually this will actually be a good time. Those of you who just tuned in. It says, well, I see people with my heart for who they truly are, instead of what they look like on the outside. And as I say at the end of my speeches nowadays, I challenge you to open the eyes of your own heart instead of always seeing people with your eyes. Think about them inside your heart, how they impact you. And it's just...
That's great.
That's awesome.
It's just amazing what we do, and I have a pleasure of saying that in speeches. That's what I meant. So it's pretty fun.
Awesome. What about you, Steven?
Yeah. Mine's really easy. Pray hard and work hard, and God will take care of the rest.
That's right.
Amazing.
That's what I live by.
And Christopher's call to action is open up the eyes of your heart and see people as they truly are, not as they look on the outside.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Is there any last words before we close?
Last thing?
Well, besides, it's a
great being on your show.
Yes, and then you can go to ChristopherDuffley.com as my website, as it says, and then it's actually our ministry is kglm.org. You go there, and it's great. So it's a pleasure also to be on, and maybe, who knows, we might get back on soon, or I'll get you back on my own.
I'm going to have you back on the podcast.
Absolutely. And we'll do another episode.
Because we have to talk
after...
about your radio station.
Yeah. And we'll do another show after One Life. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are killing it. You guys are rocking it. I love the fact that, Christopher, you're 15, and you've done more in those 15 years than most people do in a lifetime. And you're so young, and you're going to kill it. The older you get, man, you're just going to kill it, and you're going to be inspiring millions of people and selling out stadiums. You know, like Joel Osteen sells out like a Night of Hope. You know, it's going to be like a Night of Christopher or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're just, dude, I see huge things for you, bro. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for your time. Really, I know you guys are super busy, and, you know, I really want to thank you guys for your time and being on the show.
Thank you, Sean. We love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Life Transformation Radio listeners, this is another impactful radio show episode with amazing, impactful guests. Check us out every Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern Time, and you can look us up, www.blogtalkradio.com/Life Transformation Radio, and we are live every Wednesday 5:30 and every first and third Friday at 5:30, and the following day or two, the live show is uploaded to iTunes and Stitcher. You can download it, like, share, comment. I love reading comments that people leave on the show. I love the feedback that I get about the guests, and you make the show happen. We are listened to in 9 countries: the United States, UK, Norway, Belgium, Switzerland, India, Thailand, Indonesia, and Panama. Thank you so much for listening. 9 countries listening every week. 100 and some odd people listen every week, and I love everybody out there that listens to the show, and I love listening to the feedback. And if you've loved Christopher and Steven, go to the website, check them out. They are amazing. Look at some of the YouTube videos, crushing it. Big things are going to happen. So thank you guys once again for coming on the show, and I cannot wait to see you guys at One Life.
Oh, yes, you're very welcome. God bless, and it's a pleasure to be here.
God bless you guys. Life Transformation Radio listeners, as we close, remember what I always say, live your brand. Find opportunities every day to live out the values that you hold in your heart. Live those out and show people what your values are. I call it living your brand. And join us next time on another episode of Life Transformation Radio. Have a good night.